Hi class, welcome to week 5. This is a fun week for a lot of students because we're going to be discussing criminal law, which is something that we see on TV shows, in the news. So it's something that we can all relate to or have at least a little understanding of. So it always makes that this week much more interesting because it's so relatable. This week we're going to go over crimes and the types of crimes. We're going to go over the elements of crime, defenses, evidence, how prosecutions pursues crimes, white-collar crimes, and then sentencing guidelines. So crime in general, we're going to go over as to what it is, so that way you know. There's going to be different categories, which is always kind of interesting to learn what's a misdemeanor, what's a felony, what the classification is. You know, if you run somebody over with your car, are you going to go to jail for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? If you had premeditated murder, things along those lines. So it's going to be different crime categories. We're going to go over the elements of a crime, what you have to have. We're going to look at the mens rea and actus reus, And so that should be fun to kind of learn a little bit more about those kind of concepts. We're going to touch back on that Fifth Amendment that we talked about last week. So again, we're going to bring things back full circle. We're going to go over defenses, how individuals kind of try to get a lesser sentence. Is intoxication something that you can actually use in your favor in a situation where there's murder? Potentially. We're going to go over the different types of evidence, how those are procured, and we're going to do a call back to the Fourth Amendment and in the exclusionary rule. We're going to go over how court cases, in criminal cases, I should say, start, the charges and misdemeanor, grand juries, things like that. The arraignment process, and the pleading guilty, not guilty, nolo contender, things like that. The discovery stage, which everybody should be well aware of at this point. Trial. And then we're going to go over specific crimes. And these are going to be white-collar crimes, mostly because they are related to business. And there are quite a few. So there's bankruptcy fraud, counterfeiting, economic espionage, embezzlement. We're going to talk about financial fraud, government fraud, healthcare fraud, insider trading, insurance fraud, mail fraud, a lot of fraud. And then we're going to go over things like RICO and how they impact businesses. RICO is really interesting because it's what is used against organized crime. So it's just the mafia and gangs. So it's something that you should be familiar with. If you've ever watched Breaking Bad, it's also something that is at the end of Breaking Bad, everything is RICO'd, and this is going to go over a little bit more about what that means. Tax evasion, telephone and telemarketing fraud, wire fraud, and then sentencing. How long are these individuals going to go to jail because of what they've done? So a lot of interesting topics in this week. We're going to have the same assignments that we've been having, so you should be familiar with them. Hopefully the court case is interesting this week, and if you need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks.